Welcome to Island Express Hardware, where we work with your budget. We supply all paints, all brands, and all sizes. And we are, of course, the cheapest in Trinidad. We also supply pumps and water tanks, and we also have them in combo deals. Visit us for the best friendly customer service. Need steel, beams, and purlins? We got that. We have top quality lats and boxing board, plyboards, gypsum boards, you name it. Do you love to fish? Have no fear, because we have all the gears. Visit Island Express Hardware today, located at Rashid Avenue, Kakandi Road, Felicity, Shogunas.
Okay, my friends, pleasant good Saturday afternoon, Trinidad and Tobago. Those of you who are locked on, those of you who are having your lunch break at this point in time, I just want to welcome you to my program, Hard Facts, that is aired Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays, live on Sentinel Media Broadcasting. We are live on YouTube, Facebook, and again, my friends, we are live on TikTok. So those of you who are locked on, feel free to call us at 372-2129. Whatever situation that is prevailing upon you at this point in time, my friends, we ask you all to join with us. We ask you all to come on board. We ask you all, my friends, to be part and parcel of our programming, Hard Facts. Again, Trinidad and Tobago, it is imperative, it is really and truly important for you all to understand carefully that our program, Hard Facts, is part and parcel of bringing good governance to the table for you, for yourselves, and for your family. So again, my friends, welcome to our program. I am your host, Imam Rashid Karim. And this program, my friends, is just 1 hour long. And we ask you all to stay tuned because I tell you something. Today, we really and truly have a loaded program. Let me just give you a little intro. A small intro on what we are going to discuss here today. We know for a fact that the election fever has been completed. A lot of people really and truly have lost. Maybe you have lost in the true sense of the word, or maybe you have just lost and you are waiting to come back. My friends, Trinidad and Tobago, there were many manifestations and many promises that were made during the election campaign, and we are going to talk about some of those promises, and we're going to talk about real hard facts and real issues that is affecting Trinidad and Tobago. Like, for example, number 1, are you satisfied with the service that is being provided by those networks that is charging you exorbitant fees for Wi-Fi? For internet services, are you satisfied? Number 1. That is for discussion in our program here today. So those of you who are locked on, the number 372-2129, you can WhatsApp. You don't have to pay money, just WhatsApp us, and we're going to respond to you. And you can give your comments and your opinions in that aspect of it. We're going to talk about the banking system in Trinidad and Tobago. What is it that is a requirement, so much a requirement for you, a citizen of this country, who is working hard, who is trying to put aside a little monies so that maybe when old age reach you, you could be able to invest in your own health, in your own family's health, and so forth. Why it is that you have to go through that stringent process. We're going to talk about that. Why it is that there is so many requirements to open a bank account where you are carrying your hard-earned monies for those people to bank it for you, to use it for you, to gain exorbitant profits and interest from your money, and you, my friends, have to pay for every single thing. That is up for discussion today in our program, Hard Facts. And we're going to talk about our normal things. Crime is like it is, it is like it's gone out of style. Everybody wants to be criminal in this country because it seems as though, my friends, it seems as though crime pays in our country. It seems as though crime pays in our country. So again, as we begin our program, I want to welcome each and every one of you to our program. And you look at the flicker bar underneath there, at the bottom of the set, you're going to realize, my friends, that there is reduced price at Island Express General Hardware, located Rashid Avenue, Kakandi Road, Felicity, where the prices really and truly have gone rock bottom. I want you all to know, when you look at the, you look at the tape there, you're going to see purlins, 2x4, 2x4 by 20 purlins for $160. 5-gallon primer, $269. Doors starting from $299. Locks, $65. Victory toilet set, $499. All these prices have been reduced only for your convenience, my friends, because we know for a fact at this point in time, many of you would like to complete your house because you know for a fact that you were worried about the property tax. And thank God for Kamala Prasad Bisesa at this point in time for her government, adhering and fulfilling that mandate of repealing and getting that tax out of the mind frame of the citizens of this country. Maybe, as I said before, there was the L&B tax, the land and building tax. Maybe that could be reformed. And again, Trinidad and Tobago, we have to say hats off to the Honorable Kamala Prasad Bisesa and those people who have really and truly initiated and trying and started fulfilling their promises in this country, Trinidad and Tobago. Like for example, my friends, those of you who have been looking on and looking at media and social media and the daily news and all these things, many of you, my friends, would have realized by now that promises are being met in the true sense of the word. Right? Because the Honorable Kamala Prasad Bisesa is stating emphatically clear here, laptops in September. That is a plus for many, many students who could not afford and who went borrowing and who went looking for people who have, laptops to lend and whatever. Maybe, you can really and truly give kudos and praise to Kamala Prasad Bisesa. She initiated in the past and she's doing it today. And again, my friends, we're going to talk about the deficits. We're going to talk about the problems of monies and more monies. So these are the things that we're going to talk about here today. And as I said before, my friends, 372-2129. We're going to talk about crime as we initiate our program here today. Director, pull up those news flashes about crime. Police are investigating the circumstances behind the death of 73-year-old man whose lifeless body was found slumped in a drain in New Grant on Wednesday, 7th of May. Continue. A woman was stabbed during a confrontation with her stepfather at their Westmoreland home on Thursday, the 8th of May. Continue. One man was stabbed to death outside Gilal Wholesalers in El Socorro a short while ago. So again, my friends, those of you who are looking on crime and the criminal elements, we call it on Roger Alexander, the man in charge of Homeland Security, to start initiating programs so that the citizens of this country, I know for a fact that the Honorable Kamala Prasad Bisesa mentioned in one of her press releases that those of you who would like, and I tell you something, this is not a, people might say, FUL is a good thing. Yes, it's a good thing if you know you fulfill the criteria. You have to fulfill the criteria. Not any Tom, Dick and Harry can really and truly apply for a firearm thinking that that's a good thing for you. No, my friends, the PM, the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, the Honorable Kamala Prasad Bisesa urges law-abiding citizens to apply for your FUL. And I tell you something, you see that word law-abiding citizens? Those of you who have criminal records know for a fact that that firearm license that you are applying for would not be granted. Right? So you have to wait your turn. Maybe there's a stipulated time. Your case or your matters have to go to court. And after your court matters have been decided, whether you are guilty or you are not guilty, and your certificate of character is cleared, then again you might apply, or you should apply for firearm license and permits. So again, Trinidad and Tobago, the Honorable Kamala Prasad Bisesa, thus far, 3 things that I've spoken about. Number 1, laptops in schools. Number 1 will be given for in the period of September when the school reopen back. Again, we were talking about crime and more crime. I would like, the Minister of Homeland Security, Mr. Roger Alexander, Minister Roger Alexander, to really and truly come forward now and start initiating programs. And one of the start that he can utilize is, you see, I tell you something, this is what we have been lamenting, and this is what we have been really and truly talking about in the past, and we're going to continue. We're going to continue in the very, very sad trend, my dear friends, my dear brothers, my dear sisters, and those of you who are listening to us here on our program, Hard Facts on Sentinel Media Broadcasting. Those of you who are with your phone, maybe you're at home at this point in time, you can go on YouTube and you can Google a Sentinel Media Broadcasting, Sentinel Media Broadcasting, and you're going to see us, you're going to find us there. And again, the number on the flicker there, 372-2129, you can call us and let us know what is taking place around you. And maybe you can call and compliment the Honorable Kamala Prasad Bisasa and the new battery of ministers that has been appointed. And again, if you feel that they need to be criticized, whatever it's up to you. The prerogative is up to you. But again, you can't expect the magic wand to be waved and everything should be straight and better in the very said the strike of a magic wand. When we are seeing, my friends, when we are seeing the deficit for the country Trinidad and Tobago at this point in time is $4.42 billion. Kamala Prasad Bisasa, the Honorable Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, is blaming, and there's no other people to blame. She can't blame Rashid Karim. She can't blame anybody else. Kamala Prasad Bisasa put the blame wholly, squarely on the PNM shoulders for that come back, Director, for that $4.2 billion deficit. So again, Trinidad and Tobago, there's a lot of things that we would like to discuss, but we want to engage you, our loyal listeners. I have an axe to grind here today. I have an axe to grind here, and I'm calling on all citizens of this country at this point in time who are suffering the very said atrocity that has been perpetrated upon my good self here. I have an internet connection, and since Monday, and I want you all to tell me, Trinidad and Tobago, if that is right. Since Monday, we're talking about Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Today is 6 days. I have made over 50 calls. Sometimes I get through, sometimes I'm not getting through. I have to wait 20 minutes. And sorry I didn't have my calculator, but I'm going to use my brain. And I'm going to calculate for you. Trinidad and Tobago, you just check 42 times at 15 minutes. 42 times at 15 minutes. Right? That's equivalent to around 630 minutes of my time was stolen by that company. That is why you call it time bandits. They are stealing your time. They want, they just, dramatize with you. Hello, who is this? That. What is the number of your phone? Bam, bam. You give them the number. And then hold a minute, we check in. And you know something? I realized from my last call today, which I made around 10:19 this morning, Trinidad and Tobago. And I want you all, I had witnesses who were listening. Normally witness would watch. But I had witnesses who were listening to that conversation with myself and the person on the other end. And they are saying the very same thing from Monday until Saturday in 24 to 48 working hours, they are going to restore the service. And why? My friends, and they're asking you to do this very same thing over and over. Pull out the plug, wait 10 minutes, put it back in, and see if you get service. My friends, Trinidad and Tobago, we are getting a raw deal. We are getting a raw deal, a hard time from those providers. We are talking about those companies. There is approximately 4 in our country. I don't want to call names, but you all, those of you who are on the live, here, you can call me. You can let me know what is really taking place. When you look at what has happened in the past, these 4 providers, you know who they are. I don't want to call them up on this station. But I want to let you all know, you, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, you can call and condemn, you can criticize, or you can elevate, you can compliment, you can congratulate if they are doing a good job. But I am telling you, the provider that is providing for me at this point in time, they are doing, something, a horrendous job. And I tell you something, there's no PR, there's no public relations. I want to tell you all something, Trinidad and Tobago, let's be real. We are purchasing something. Somebody come in my hardware. I'm giving you an example. And they buy 1 pallet of block. A pallet of block is 312 red clay blocks. And we will drop that block to the home or the residence. And maybe they'll get 2 broken blocks. And you know what they will say? Hey, carry it back. We paid for 312 whole blocks. They will not accept 2 broken blocks. And you know for a fact later on they will have to break maybe 25 or 50 of those blocks. But they know they're purchasing 312 whole blocks, grade A, grade 1 blocks from Abel, and they has to get that. And I'm telling you, that is their right. That is their right. If they want to come back for the 2 broken blocks, no problem. But my friends, Trinidad and Tobago, we are paying for our service. We are paying these companies for service. And you know the hard part about it? We have to call them. And when we call them, they treat us like dogs. They treat us not like human beings. Most of the time we get, we get some recording. Or they have to transfer we to some subcontinent or Caribbean islands. You are purchasing a service from Trinidad. Right? And they don't even have outlet. They don't even have technician to visit you. And you all are satisfied. I am calling on the government of Trinidad and Tobago. I'm calling on the Prime Minister, the Honorable Kamala Prasad Bisasa, do something, and the Minister who's in charge of communication. I would like them to understand the plight of this country and the citizens of this country. I tell you something. The only reason that I'm using that machine, let me tell you something, Trinidad and Tobago, is for a links machine. Because that service is so deplorable. It is deplorable. And you know something, Trinidad and Tobago, I want you all to understand. They will sell you a package. They will sell you a package. And you know something, you will not use your minutes. You will not use your minutes. And they will have rollover minutes and rollover minutes. Some of you have thousands of minutes there, but you can't use it. They're not going to honor those minutes. They are not doing that. So I asking you all, Trinidad and Tobago, the number 372, let's heat up the airwaves. Let's heat up the airwaves today. Today is Saturday. Some of you are eating your doubles. Some of you are eating your pilau. Some of you are in Maracas there. You are eating your bacon shack. Some of you who are in KFC or wherever restaurant you are in, you are enjoying your roti and chicken. Whatever you are doing, your vegetarian meal, feel free. I tell you all, as you sit down there, open your phone. Look at us. Sentinel Media Broadcasting is your voice. It is your voice. It is the voice of the people of Trinidad and Tobago. You don't have to pay for it. We have 44,000 followers at this point in time. And I tell you something, Trinidad and Tobago, those of you who are here, when you call us, people are going to hear your voice. People are going to know who you are. People are going to recognize your cry. And people are going to work. I'm sure if we put pressure, I don't want to put pressure on the government, because these things here, these things that we are talking about at present, the banking system, this is our statistics here. Okay, so come back, Director. We're talking about 1.4 million views, and we are here serving you all. We are here serving you. I am here serving you all, my friends. So those of you who are locked on, all we're asking you to do is call us at 372-2129 and confirm. Let us know, really and truly, if you are happy, you are satisfied with it. Because let me tell you something. Let me tell you all something, Trinidad and Tobago. You pay $400 minimum per month for those services. Right? Because when you buy the normal $249 package or $299 package, it's a waste of time. You gain 4 and 6 gigabytes. That's it. And you're not getting any Wi-Fi properly. It always drop in. Because you know what? They want to sell 1 million people and they can't serve 1,000 people. That's the problem. And you and I today, we staying quiet. We staying quiet. If you don't call the station today, it's your fault. You like that. You love it. You like what is happening. All we asking, you don't have to come out here and brave the inclemency of people calling and abusing you and talking about, this, that, and the next. You are in a hidden chamber. You are in your domain, in your own private domain. All we asking you, I am asking you all, my friends, 372-2129. Just respond and tell me, those of you who are on TikTok, are you satisfied with the providers who is providing us with Wi-Fi network in our country? There is 4 major companies. There are 4 major companies. Call their names. I don't really care. You are private. That's what you're paying for. And we have evidence, because I tell you something. My provider, my network is, I have been calling since Monday. The service went down Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Today is Saturday. And all I asking for is that service is fast links machine, where people will come to the hardware and they will buy a roll of flash band, because they don't have cash in the pocket. So they will swipe for what? They will swipe for $50 and $40. It's not credit card. And let me tell you something, they are not listening. These people put you on hold. They put you, and if you start to sound intelligent, because I realized that today, I told them, I say, you all are recording my conversation. TSTT and whoever, Flow, Digicel, B-Mobile, you all record people's conversation, right? We are recording your conversation, and we're going to play it back on the station. And we want you all to hear. We want you all to know how you disrespect people. We want you all to know how you're disrespecting people in Trinidad and Tobago. You're taking our monies and you're not providing the service. You are not providing the service for the monies that we are paying. And that's all we are asking for. Because I tell you, I give you an example. When a customer purchases a pallet of block for me and they get 5 or 4 broken blocks, they come back and say, look, we need to refund them for 4 blocks. Or we need to exchange 4 blocks. Here it is, we citizens of this country, hard-working citizens, because $400 is not penny. It is not 2 cents. It is 2 days' work for a normal laborer. It is 2 days' work for a normal laborer in our country. And these people are digging out our eyes. And they are doing any and everything and getting away with it. Why? Because of the people in our country, we stay quiet. We have to shut it down. If you cannot provide a proper service, shut them down. You didn't like how PNM run the country, you get rid of them and you install the United National Congress. They would do a better job. Hey, we get rid of them. So what again do you all want? We have an expression. We have voices. We have people outside here could do things for us. As I said before, my friends, the government of Trinidad and Tobago at this present time is the United National Congress government led by the Honorable Kamla Prasad Bissessa, and we are asking that the person, the minister who is in charge of communication, immediately, forthwith, come forward and dictate some kind of pace. If they cannot provide the service that the packages that they are selling, my friends, what they have to do is rock so and let the government of Trinidad and Tobago bring in 2 or 3 people again, because you all know for a fact when there is competition, there is better service. Stay tuned as we take our first break, and when we come back, my friends, we ask you all, call us, feel free to call us. Call us and we're going to hold you on the line.
Welcome to Island Express Hardware, where we work with your budget. We supply all paints, all brands, and all sizes. And we are of course the cheapest in Trinidad. We also supply pumps and water tanks, and we also have them in combo deals. Visit us for the best friendly customer service. Need steel, beams and purlins? We got that. We have top quality lats and boxing board, plyboards, gypsum boards, you name it. Do you love to fish? Have no fear, because we have all the gears. Visit Island Express Hardware today, located at Rashid Avenue, Kakandi Road, Felicity Shogunas.
So welcome back, my dear beloved friends of Trinidad and Tobago and CARICOM, those of you who are in the CARICOM Islands, those of you who are in North America, South America, those of you in different parts of the universe. Feel free to call us. Because sometimes you might be calling us from a foreign country, and that information might be most relevant. Because the service that we are paying for at this point in time, I am sure Trinidad and Tobago, the citizens of this country, you are dissatisfied. Isn't that so? And we are dealing with that. This first segment of our program, we dealt with that. I'm going to talk about it continuously. And those of you who are locked on, feel free, if you're not getting through, use the WhatsApp number, 372-212-29, WhatsApp. It seems as though, again, that number, that company there, 372-2129, you know who the company is, right? You all are providing a service. You are selling services and packages. You know, like it gone on a wildfire journey. And you know something? You all concerned with is to collect the money monthly, collect 300 million, 200 million every month, and that's it. And take that money and put it in another country bank account. Right? That is all what I'm seeing here, because you all are selling packages, and it seems as though, you know, we look like we dotish in this country. It seems as the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, we have a stamp on we have marked stupid. That is what is happening. That is what I'm telling you. I am telling you, Trinidad and Tobago, somebody listen to me. Since Monday I've been calling. I could call all the person's name. This one, that one, the next one, Marsha, this one, Khadija, this one. And I speak into these people. I spoke to them. And the very sad thing, like, they regurgitate the same thing in 24 to 48 hours. 24 to 48 hours. And from Monday until Saturday. And if I call Monday again, it will be another week. What do I do? Can somebody call me and tell me how could I get an internet functioning internet in the area of Felicity? In the area of Felicity, because we're paying big monies for these things and they're just rubbing we blindly. Right? You all have a voice. I create this voice for you all. This is a free-for-all voice. Call us and let us know the truth. Don't lie. If you feel that you might say something and there's a lie, don't say it. But tell us the truth. Are you being provided? Are you being serviced properly via those 4 or 5 networks that is providing Wi-Fi in our country? And if not, come up here, call us and let us know what is going on. Call us and let us know what is going on. Director, you could pull up that on the chat there and put those messages on the screen for me so I could read it. I cannot get distracted with my phone, your phone, she phone, them phone. You understand what I'm saying? See if you could pull it up and run it on the screen so I could be able to read it and the person's name on the side, no problem. Those of you who are locked on, this is your station. This is our live broadcasting network, Sentinel Media Broadcasting, and we now start. We are going to really and truly have communication with different networks so that we can go on cable, we could go on maybe if we could get a channel, we're going to go on that channel, because this is a provider for you, the citizens of this country. The only thing that we're not going to advertise on this station is alcohol, beverage, and anything concerning lewdness and iniquities. Other than that, anything you want, you have a charitable organization, you have a kidney foundation, you have this, that, the next, you have a function, a barbecue, to build something, to say something, to help somebody, we are going to advertise that free for you. Anything concerning this, that, the next, where alcohol, beverage, and alcohol drinks and all those things are going to be served, we're not going to advertise those things. Things like cigarettes and marijuana, because in a little time you're going to realize where they're going to give you locations where you can go and purchase your drugs, your marijuana. In a short time from now, but we're not going to advertise those things here. This is a station that has been created to elevate humanity and not degrade them. We're not going to advertise nudity. We're not going to advertise anything pertaining to nudity. Right? So these are the information that we would like to share with you all today, Trinidad and Tobago. As we continue, I want to talk about education. Education is a very, very important thing. And Director, just pull up the Minister of Education there. Pull up, let me just bring that up in the forefront so that the citizens of this country could digest the principal, the ex-principal of the Naparima College. I pull it up, Director.
This structure was built for the children of the Reform Hindu school in Gasparillo.
Right?
Now abandoned and overgrown, it is used.
I used to be vexed. I am a person that's be angry. Pull that volume there. Pull the volume. Let the people hear what the people are saying.
Since 2015, students have been waiting for their new school, suffering in cramped conditions at the nearby Shiv Mandir. Dr. Michael Dowlath will make the Reform School a priority.
Apparently, the school was 98%.
This early childhood center and the Union Hall Secondary School are also lying in ruins. In Penal,
We'll deal with that in a little short while. I just want to say something. I want to make a comment or two. And I want the government of Trinidad and Tobago to listen very carefully, right? And this should be done by all governments, whether the government now or the government past or the government in the future. This is supposed to be done. Now, I tell you something. As a citizen of this country, Trinidad and Tobago, as a citizen, and you all, those of you locked on and you are hearing me, share your comments, whether it's positive, negative, because not everybody will like me, and not everybody will hate me. And the very sad thing for any one of you outside there, not everybody like you, not every smile is I love you. Always remember what Imam Rashid Karim tell you. Not every time a person smile with you and laugh, he, they love you. They don't love you. They don't really love you. Bring that from away. Bring that. We live on TV. I had to sign a document for somebody outside there. I had to sign. Next signature. Yeah. So this is something here, my friends. As I say, I'm a businessman. I work in here. Sorry, I do apologize for that. I mean, but we didn't have a choice. And this is why the delinquency of that order supposed to come in since yesterday. They come in today and they want payment now. So that's the problem. Trinidad and Tobago, we have to straighten out all these odds and ends. We have to start dealing fair. Now the point that I'm making with you all outside there is this. The guy, you listen to the guy where the guy said the building was approximately 98 or 97% completed. You all understand that? You all understand what transpired, and you look at the dilapidated condition now, and you're going to realize that something is erroneous, something was done there either to sabotage or to create some sort of discrimination or some divide when it comes to people being served, because those monies are our monies. Those monies are citizens' hard-working monies. When we were paying taxes, we pay a lot of taxes, if you all don't know. Trinidad and Tobago, those of you who have a business, and you look at corporate tax, you look at business levy, you look at NIS, you look at VAT, and you look at all those monies, when you make a profit, people don't understand this. Majority of the business people in this country, they have a markup of 10 to 15%, maximum 20% profit. And when you look at the total amount of monies that is generated for the whole year, and you look at how much taxes you pay in at least 5 or 4% of that 15% money you make. Out of those profits that you make, 4 or 5% goes back to the government of the day. And we would have expected that the government of the day would utilize our monies to the best interest of the people of Trinidad and Tobago, especially our children, and especially our women, and especially our elders in our society. We would have expected that. And I'm calling on the government of Trinidad and Tobago at this point in time, under the leadership of the Honorable Kamla Prasad Bissessa, to launch investigation. And all those persons who held position in the Ministry of Education, in the Ministry of Social Development, and any overspend or conditions like what we are seeing prevailing with those schools, where they started establishing business and entities when it comes to housing, and monies were just jacked up, and monies were just spent by the billions of dollars spent there, and they could not complete those buildings. I would have expected that the court, because let me tell you something, you all ministers in the government, you all take up a position, you all are working for the citizens of this country. That is not a free-for-all position. That is not your father position. That is not your mother position or a business that you inherit from your family. This is, we're talking about the people of this country, the citizens of this country. A man who working for $150 and $200 a day, they are paying taxes. And those monies that you jack up and you went and invested, whether it be a school, whether it be a hospital, whether it be a multi-story building for housing, and you did not complete it, but you took the monies for it, you have to give account. You have to give account, and if you cannot give account, basically that would have been fraudulent transactions. That would have been fraud, and the fraud squad has to be, has to come into the picture. Like during the course of the week here, I saw that the Trinidad and Tobago Cricket Board of Control, the TTBC or something like that, fraud squad entered their premises somewhere in Balmain, in Couva, and they were doing some investigation. This is what we welcome. These are what's supposed to be done. And you have to investigate all those past ministers and their bank account and their affiliates' bank account and all those persons who really and truly benefited massively. I tell you all something, I had a contract. I had a contract in 2010, 2015. And as the PNM enter in 2015, my contract was cut immediately. And over 6 months dues were not paid. And there was no way that we could be able to retrieve those monies. We tried lawyers and everything, but everything just, went in a desk. They collected $1,500 each, and they never really and truly did their investigation properly so that those of us could have gotten our monies back. We never collected. I never collect my money. So I am telling you all, Trinidad and Tobago, those of you who are affected by the bad services that was provided by the past government, it's about time that you all call on the present government to investigate the wild spending, the loss of revenues, because here it is, a deficit of $4.42 billion. This is what the Prime Minister of the country is telling us. And we are hearing the Minister of Education, pull up that where the Minister of Education is talking.
Shiva Boys Hindu College and college assessments and
I want to hear the Minister of Education.
For the the Ministry of Opportunity in the interest of saving taxpayers' money.
Dr. Dowlat says assessments are now being done on all schools.
Presently, the Ministry of Education staff are looking at the percentage completion of those unfinished schools. And we're also looking at the data for the demand for the schools in a particular area. That will set the priority for the completion and reopening of the schools.
Contacted for comment, former Minister Dr. Nian Gadsby-Dolly said under the PNM, 20 schools were completed at a cost of $800 million. She says the UNC must now secure over $2 billion from a separate funding source to finish the remaining schools. Radhika D. Silva, CNC3 News.
Okay, come back, Director. So Trinidad and Tobago, I want to let you all know something. This is the kind of wild spending that took place in the past. Now, I tell you something. I was a businessman, right? Trinidad and Tobago. The Minister of Education, that is Nian Gadsby-Dolly, mentioned this. She's saying that the PNM built 20 schools, right? And those 20 schools were maybe just under the $1 billion marker. So we're talking about 20 school value, $800 million. That is clearly indicating to you, Trinidad and Tobago, that a project like that, $40 million for one school. I want you all to listen to what I'm saying here, you know. Trinidad and Tobago, I want you all to listen. The citizens of this country need to know. And you need people like us. You need people like us to come out here and really and truly identify the anomalies that transpired in the past. Also, to identify the anomalies that is taking place in the present. And even so much so, if we could predict what is going to take place in the future, we will try to even do that. Because here it is, we're talking about one of those schools costing in the proximity of $40 million. You know what you could get with $40 million, people? I could build 3 schools for $40 million. I, Imam Rashid Karim, as a general contractor, I could build 3 schools for $40 million. I tell you something, when you look at the Ashja complex in Charleville, that's a complex. And you look at the kind of money that was generated, right? When you look at the kind of millions of dollars that were generated, you're going to realize that those schools in Charleville cost under $40 million. And that is a school, that is a complex that is in Charleville that is hosting approximately 2,500 to 3,000 people daily. And that would have been built by private contractors for under $40 million. 3 schools. And here it is, we are talking about the minister, and that is going to go down easy on the minds of many people in our country. That is just going to be like, you know, like some air, go through one air and fly through the next air. Nobody's going to really take it on because they're not going to say water under the bridge. Water under the bridge. I want to tell you all something today before I close this program. There are 3 types of people in this world. There are 3 types of people in this world. And I want you all really and truly to stay tuned to our program and listen to the 3 types of people in this world. I'm going to save that for the last. As we talk in here, Trinidad and Tobago, there are many, many things. I still, the director, our lines is working or not. Because I have a lot of people asked to call, and they said they were going to call the show today. They come to my establishment, and they listen to the conversation where I spoke about the providers of internet service in our country. They are robbing us blindly. I said it. They are taking our monies on a monthly basis. And here the hard part about it. Here the hard part, Trinidad and Tobago, if you all don't know, those of you who are locked on here, if you all don't know what is going on, you know what is happening? Trinidad and Tobago, if you all don't know this, I'll tell you all now. I'll tell you all now, let's shift the position with this camera here so that people will understand what's going on. You know, if you have a run over, right, they tell you have extra minutes. You don't get that. There's no way that you can utilize, because when you have to pay the next bill, you know something? They will decide whether to take out. They're gonna subtract. They're gonna subtract. If you extend and go across into the next month allowance or allocations of minutes and time and Wi-Fi, gigabytes and so forth, you know what? They minus it. So when you pay your money, say you had to get, let me just use numbers. let me just use numbers. You have to get 400 for next month. And this month you utilize 410 or 412. You know when you pay your package, before they do anything, they're going to take out that 12 minutes or 12 seconds from your allowance of minutes for the next month. Do you all know that? So with those people, there is a no loss. And let me tell you something. You cannot, if they blacklist you, you cannot get service from them again because they already blacklist you. Because they have your ID card, they have everything. They have all your information. So Trinidad and Tobago, we are getting a raw deal when it comes to the internet providers in our country, and it's about time we stand up. Stand up for the truth, and I'm making a clarion call. I'm going to continue doing this on our program to the Minister of Communication. I don't even know who that person is at this point in time, but soon I will know, and I'll call on him to really and truly adjudicate on behalf of Trinidad and Tobago citizens. So again, my friends, I'm going to take our second break, and when we come back, we're going to really dive into another issue that is affecting Trinidad and Tobago.
Welcome to Island Express Hardware, where we work with your budget. We supply all paints, all brands, and all sizes. And we are, of course, the cheapest in Trinidad. We also supply pumps and water tanks, and we also have them in combo deals. Visit us for the best friendly customer service. Need steel, beams, and purlins? We got that. We have top quality lats and boxing board, plyboards, gypsum boards, you name it. Do you love to fish? Have no fear, cause we have all the gears. Visit Island Express Hardware today, located at Rashid Avenue, Kakandi Road, Felicity, Shogunas.
Okay, my friends, welcome back to our program. Thank you very much for viewing our program here on Sentinel Media Broadcasting. I want to say hats off to all those persons who are commenting on our TikTok, those persons who are supportive of our program. Again, this program is your program. We are live Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays, bringing you information that is most relevant. We said to you all that the political fever, the political war, or whatever you want to call it, has come to an end. The United National Congress is in government, and I didn't hear anyone go in Parliament. I did, Director, have you heard any one of the ministers go in Parliament and say, "Is our time now? Is our time now?" That is the kind of mannerism that went through in the past via the past government. Did you hear any one of those ministers said those things in Parliament? No. I want to say hats off to all those ministers who are going around the savannah and they are purchasing their dinners, and you know, they are going around their business and meeting people, especially Ms. Jolene John. I saw something that I have never seen in the past, where in her cadastral, in her constituency, she made promises. And I know Jolene John because I work with her. I work with her in in La Joqueta, Talparo, and a few areas. And I tell her something, she's a mean machine. That woman is a mean machine. I tell her something, she's clocking after the 60 marker. She's clocking there already. And I tell her something, she moves like as though she's a 25 or 30-year-old person. And when she says she's coming back. And you know what? You could have seen the impression on her face. And she told the woman, you know, maybe that woman told her, hey, after, you know, we see you today, we're not going to see you. Like how we say in this program, when you see the MPs or you see the ministers, you better take a picture and put it in your house or shake their hand, because that's the end of you. You're not seeing them again, with the exception of Jolene John. Because I tell you something, I am feeling ashamed, because it seems as though I was lying. I was lying to the public of Trinidad and Tobago, because Jolene John proved me wrong. So I want to say hats off to Minister Jolene John, Minister for the constituency MP, Member of Parliament for the constituency of Couva North, where she came, she met the people who she really said that she's going to go back to, right? So take a look, have a look.
That was my chairman of Couva Tabakit Alpha Regional Corporation. Look, we are councillor on the inside. What's man? Yeah, when I tell them I'm sure they say my chairman looking for land to buy in Couva North. He want to come Couva North and live now. Because we have the biggest.
So that's exactly what we were saying here. We said this in the past, and if we have to apologize, we will do so. But there are people who, again, they would say they come in and they never come. They will tell you, yes, don't worry, prepare, we come in to see you, we come in to visit you, and they never come. And that's the kind of people that we are here for, to really and truly shine them up and let them know, here what, people paying you all. Your salary is not coming, the assets of the country is not your inheritance. I want Trinidad and Tobago and the ministers to hear this clearly. The assets of the country, right, the assets of the country doesn't belong to you. That's putting into the service. Days and days of no service, right? But you people have to ensure payment on time. Good afternoon, brother from Guyana. It's a brother from Guyana. Continue to inform the citizens. Come back, Director. So again, those of you who are locked on, feel free to message us. Let us know what is going on in your neck of the woods. I want to deal with something here. Let me tell you something. Trinidad and Tobago, you all already catching your nenen to provide internet, because you need internet. Internet come like food, right? If you don't have internet, you're really backward. Internet service is one of the you know how oxygen, water, right? Air, food, oxygen, and whatever. Those things are essential. Wi-Fi is an essential commodity in any home today. Because you want to have a camera system, you need Wi-Fi. Right? Your children have to study for education-wise purposes. You need some entertainment. You need to watch a movie or whatever. You need to have Wi-Fi. So it is an integral part of our society. It is an integral part of our living. And that's something that has to be dealt with seriously. Right? Now, I want to tell you all something. The banking system in Trinidad and Tobago, it is also, it desirous of a long-term cleansing. I want to let you all know, last week in our program, I said this to you, that none of you outside here, the bank doesn't give you any loan. Bank do not give you any loans. Call me, 372-2129. Call me, Imam Rashid Karim, live on Sentinel Media Broadcasting. This program is Hard Facts. I tell you all, let me explain to you. The bank do not give you any money. They don't loan you any money. You, as an individual, hardworking citizen of this country, you give yourself that loan. Director, pull up the amount of amenities and requirements to open a bank account in Trinidad and Tobago. Trinidad and Tobago, listen carefully and watch and see for your own self. Number one, these are the detailed requirements. You need to have an ID card, or maybe you could get a co-signee with your mother or somebody like that. A passport, a driver's permit, license with birth certificate. Go again. Go up again, Director. Proof of address, a utility bill, cable bill, whatever. You have to get a... Hey, stop. Come back. Director, you see that word there, finance? You have to have a financial statement. You know, here this is Trinidad and Tobago. I want you all to really and truly dive into this. Those of you who are live on TikTok and those of you who are watching me there, right? The bank, before you get open a bank account, they need a bank statement from you. A financial statement telling them now your personal business. That here what? Come back, go up a little bit, Director. Right? I will discuss that. Proof of income, source of funds, pay slip, not older than 1 month. A job letter, not older than 3 months. Right? For self-employed individual, audited financial statement, management account, a statement of affairs and income and expenditure may be required. Go up again. Go up again. You may need to complete and submit various application forms such as customer declaration, political exposed person, PEP, declaration and address verification letter and other documents. Anything more again, Director? Right, come back down and come back to me. Trinidad and Tobago, you all just listen to what Imam Rashid Karim is telling you all here. Those are the requirements to get a bank account statement. And hear me good, Trinidad and Tobago, look how hideous, I'm using the word hideous. I don't want to say the other one. Look how hideous the system is, right? You now going for a job for the first time, and that job is a CPEP worker. Once you cross 18, 19, you can work in CPEP. So you're going to get a CPEP job. They're asking you for all these things. This is your first job. You're now going to embark in the employment journey. And the people say, well, you know, we pay via the bank. We pay via the bank. They're asking for statements of finance and record and pay slip and this, that, the next. Where are you going to get that from when you now start working, people? This is your first month working. Sometimes you go into the workplace, right? You provide all that document to the bank because you had to go back to the employer now and say, well, here what, I had to open a bank account, they need to get all these things. Now the employer is going to give you that. It will take a little time, so that means to say chances are you're going to lose your job. Or somebody else who have it already might be able to come in front of you and take your work, right? That's number one. Number two, you do all those things, right? And you get the job. And when you go there, the first 2 days or 3 days, you realize that you're not cut out for this job. You have to leave that job. What is going to be your predicament? What is going to be your position? Huh? So Trinidad and Tobago, something has to be done with that when it comes to financial records and statements and bank account. You want a bank account? That's look how you not imagine this, right? You renting a place, so you got a place to stay. You don't catch in your Royal Nenen. You got a place to stay. You're staying by somebody's house. You think they're going to give you copy of ID card and give you copy of utility bills and all these things? Huh? If somebody wants, we tell you something, somebody wants to open a bank account with you, right? And they could provide a source of fund. Source of fund means they are working, they're selling in the market, they're doing some pullory, they're doing some pies, and they want to open a bank account. Why it is that you all make it so hard for them? And the hard part about it, they are putting money in your account where you're going to utilize those people money, and you're going to charge exorbitant interest, 10%, 8%, 7%, 6%. And when people save money in the bank, they don't even get a 1%. They get 0.5% interest. You tell me how we so stupid in this country. I had to use that word. Huh? How we so dotish in this country that we allow the system to just override us. Huh? My friends, Trinidad and Tobago, it is a really, really sad day in this country when people making rules and regulations, they are making laws, right? They are doing all sorts of things only for their own selfish gains and nothing for the people. Nothing for the people of Trinidad and Tobago. So again, my friends, we're going to take our final break, and when we come back, we're going to close off our program here today on Hard Facts.
Welcome to Island Express Hardware, where we work with your budget. We supply all paints, all brands, and all sizes. And we are, of course, the cheapest in Trinidad. We also supply pumps and water tanks, and we also have them in combo deals. Visit us for the best friendly customer service. Need steel, beams, and purlins? We got that. We have top quality lats and boxing board, plyboards, gypsum boards, you name it. Do you love to fish? Have no fear, because we have all the gears. Visit Island Express Hardware today, located at Rashid Avenue, Kakandi Road, Felicity, Shogunas.
Thank you very much for keeping abreast of our time. We have a lot of people watching our program here. We are live on TikTok, we are live on Facebook, and we are live on YouTube, my friends. This program, Sentinel Media Broadcasting, is your live wire, whereby you can call us at 372-2129 and let us know what is going on in your different areas, your different communities. Are you satisfied with the service provider when it comes to Wi-Fi, internet service? Are you satisfied? I am not satisfied. I am not satisfied. And I'm telling you this. Who vexed with me, lost. Because I tell you something, one of the service providers, I have 3 service providers at this point in time. Right? I have Digicel, I have Green Dot, and I have Flow, B-Mobile. Right? I have those services. And one of the above really and truly given me the runaround since Monday. Right? And every time I'm giving you an advice, and that could narrow you down to exactly who am I speaking to. Every time you call them, it's taking 10 to 15 minutes, you know what I'm talking about. And then they play some runt, some kind of music there to keep you on the line. And then they will come back and apologize, sorry for keeping you so long. And then they will keep you again for 2 minutes, they drag you up for 2 minutes, and then they hold again, and we check in something, and we check in something, and they drag you another 5 minutes. And then when you check it up, 15, 20 minutes of your time, they have stolen. The time bandits have taken 15 to 20 minutes of your time. And they have nothing to say because everything is an excuse. The technician here, the technician there, everything inside with us in our end is good. And the other sector, which is the outside, that has a problem, and we're waiting to correct that. Hey, Trinidad and Tobago, we have to get rid of these people. We have to get rid of those bad services and those bad providers. And how we could do that is you all have to mobilize. We have to come together. And you have a forum now. You all should be sending messages here, sending messages, and name the provider. Let people know what's going on. Let them know what's going on. Because we are paying minimum $400 per month for internet service, and we're not getting we money's worth. Right? So again, let's continue. Nyan Gadsby-Dolly, Minister of Education, said that the PNM built, and I tell you something, in this chat, in this station here, we have over 400 to 500 names of relevant people who are part of, because when we go live on this studio, when we go live, these people get a message stating that we are live. And many of those persons are present ministers in the present government of Trinidad and Tobago. And you all are seeing what is taking place. You all are hearing. Maybe you all will watch it, and then you will turn away. No problem. We don't have a problem, right? But what I'm saying here is that you all are in government now, and we are requesting kindly from you that you service us as you're supposed to service us, contrary to the service that we were getting in the past. The United National Congress won the election, a landslide victory, because of the service, the bad service that was provided by the PNM government. Many persons made bad decisions, they made bad choices, and they supported the other side, and maybe they are in the doghouse today. Again, that is up to them. But we are saying here, my friends, on this program, Sentinel Media Broadcasting, that those of you who are in government, we are outlining some of the anomalies, some of the atrocities that is being perpetrated upon the hard-working citizens of this country, Trinidad and Tobago. Right? The minister stated, and we want to find out this, minister is saying this, that the PNM government spent $800 million and they built 20 schools. Can someone outside there identify those 20 schools and let us know what ratio of monies was spent on those schools? Because basically, from 2015 onwards, schools started, pull back the clips with the schools started, and it never completed. So if you are saying, as a Minister of Education, $800 million was spent for schools, is those the school that she's speaking about? Trinidad and Tobago, answer me. Minister of Education, answer me. Is those the school you were speaking about? $800 million was spent for those schools. You tell me. Come out and tell me. Somebody call us and tell us. And I gave you an example. There are 3 complexes. There are 3 at the Asha complex in Charleville. There are boys' college, a girls' college, a kindergarten, and a preschool that was built. And the government of the day at that time did not give $40 million to build those schools. And those schools are completed and they are running. How they are running, maybe I tell you by the grace and mercy of God Almighty. But I want to ask the Minister of Education at this point in time, Minister Michael, right, the ex-principal of the Naparima College, you should at least establish an investigation in how those monies were spent. And if, and I'm saying this, if those monies were spent erroneously, because I tell you something, a forensic audit can be easily identify how much money was spent per school and how much money was really and truly utilized per school. But I tell you something, Trinidad and Tobago, and I want to be real here, who vexed loss? Who vexed loss? Right? You know, in my tenure of being in this country, Trinidad and Tobago, I have never seen any ministers, government ministers, being imprisoned with the exception of one person, Basdev Pandey. And I think his prison sentence, he went into prison, he walked in and he walked out back. But nobody have really and truly get a long-term sentence for the bad and the negative performance when it comes to spending my money and your money in this country. Imagine this, nearly $5 billion is owed at this point in time. Where is it Kamla Prasad Bisasa is going to get money from? And why it is that the past government did not identify the very said anomalies and challenges. They had billions of dollars in the Heritage and Stabilization Fund. There were approximately $10 billion there. And presently there's under $4 billion. So that means to say that $7 billion US dollars, not Trinidad and Tobago dollars, US dollars were removed. How it was removed, where it went, nobody knows. So there's a lot of information that I have given thus far in our program, Hard Facts. We're going to continue, I am going to continue identifying the challenges and the different anomalies and the different aspects of how we can really and truly, as I said before, I am going to compliment the government, the ministers, for the performance. And if their performance is an negative, I am going to criticize, I'm going to chastise, I'm going to tell you as it is. That is what this program was set up for. Because if you look at my program here in the beginning, you would have realized that we criticize the PNM, for their bad performance. Director, I would like you to pull up some of those things. Remember, I gave you some shots, how we criticize the PNM vociferously when it comes to their performance and their bad spending and when it comes to crime and criminal activities. And again, my friends, we really and truly will do the very said thing for any government. I know for a fact that at this point in time, the government of the day, the Honorable Kamla Prasad Bisasa, has made it clear and given mandate already that the laptops will be given in September, right? And certain aspects of investigations will take place, even so much so persons who have made applications for FUL, Firearm Users License, they can reapply, or those persons who think that they are qualified, because it is not an easy thing. I'd like to ask you all outside there, it is not an easy thing to get FUL. There's a long list, just like how we stated when it comes to the bank account. I'm going to pull that for you in the next program on Monday, the items that is necessary for you to attain a firearms user's license. And one of those things, if you all don't know, if you're not living good with your wife, if you're not living good with your spouse at this point in time, you better make amends. If you want to make application for that, your wife have to give you permission to get application. If you are a married person, she have to sign that document for you. Right? If you playing mad or you are mentally unstable, you have to go by a proper doctor and get a proper evaluation. So that's just, just a toothpick in the log of application requirements for a firearms user's license. So don't feel like you just apply because the Prime Minister say apply, and you always say she said empty the matic, and she's going to give you that. No. There's rules and regulations. She's telling you, as she promised, that the persons who are justifiable, right, justifiable, they will get their firearms. But if not, not every Tom, Dick and Harry can make application and get a firearms license. So again, Trinidad and Tobago, my friends, those of you who are locked on, those of you who are live on TikTok, right, those of you who are watching, you need to have a city. This person here is Safi. Safi, who is there, I think she could come and be part of the programming for us and help us out, because she's given us some really, really nice pointers here. So thank you very much, my dear. All right, so Trinidad and Tobago, I want to thank you all wholeheartedly. As I recap our program here today, crime is still on the rampage. There's a lot of crime, and we are calling on this program, we are calling on the Minister of Homeland Security to start ramping up programs, right? And I think one of those things is that the people who are ministers of religion, people who are priests, pundits, imams, and clergies, people who are men of the cloth, they should be part and parcel of administering and assisting when it comes to crime prevention and crime annihilation, right? So I just give another tip there to the Minister of Homeland Security, and those persons who are in government at this point in time. Include the men of the cloth in your different proposals and your plans, and listen, have dialogue with us so that we can be able to initiate the different relevant programs in our different ministries, the church, the mosque, the temples, and the different areas of place of worship. That's number one. Number two, as we continue on our program, those of you who are locked on, and don't be scared, because what we are doing here, we are talking about issues that is affecting you, the hard-working citizens. You know this, for the longest while, we ain't talking nothing about road, we're not talking nothing about those things, because those things will come into being. If a person have bad roads, he could live with that. But if a person, there's criminal activities in his community, I'm telling you, he cannot live with that, because most of the time, he would be awake and he would not be getting rest. You could get rest after you pass the pothole. But knowing for a fact that when you go home, people following you, people watching your every move, you can't do nothing, you can't open a business, you can't contemplate nothing. Farmers getting robbed, businessmen getting robbed, housewives getting robbed, people are being murdered, people are being stabbed, people are being raped. Hundreds of young ladies are missing in our country, especially the people of the Spanish origin. Every week you watch on Facebook, you are seeing this woman missing, that woman missing, the next woman missing. A lot of things is happening in our country. So again, Trinidad and Tobago, this is the forum that you have. It is a lunchtime program. You're not affecting your performance in your job. This is a lunchtime program. You are having your meals, you are enjoying your lunch break, and you can be able to text, call us, and send messages, send information, take videos of what have transpired, share it to us, and we are going to share it in this program for you all. Okay, so I want to thank you all wholeheartedly. May God Almighty bless Trinidad and Tobago, bless our leaders, bless our Prime Minister, bless the new ministers in government, and we ask that those persons really and truly be honest to yourself. You come out here to serve people. Don't only look for your friends and family. Don't only look for your friends and family and pull them in. You are supposed to serve John public. And I'm watching with a bated breath. Don't feel I down here yesterday. I down here long. And I watching because I know real people, I know real thing. And I watching, I scrutinizing who pulling in who, and who getting this job, and who getting this contract, and who, I know what's going on. Right? As I said before, my friends, I don't have a problem. You take care of your friends and family. But also, remember, you have to take care of John public outside here. And don't believe that you're going to take care of the persons who voted you alone. I know that is not the mentality of the Honorable Kamala Prasad Bisasa. I know that. She will not only take care of the UNC supporters, she's going to take care of everybody. And that is what the slogan said. When the United National Congress win, when the UNC win, everybody wins. So that is what we're going to prove on this station, Sentinel Media Broadcasting. I am your host, Imam Rashid Karim, and again I thank you, and may God Almighty bless each and every one and keep you all safe until Monday as we take a break. Thank you.
Welcome to Island Express Hardware, where we work with your budget. We supply all paints, all brands, and all sizes. And we are, of course, the cheapest in Trinidad. We also supply pumps and water tanks, and we also have them in combo deals. Visit us for the best friendly customer service. Need steel, beams, and purlins? We got that. We have top quality lats and boxing board, plyboards, gypsum boards, you name it. Do you love to fish? Have no fear, cause we have all the gears. Visit Island Express Hardware today, located at Rashid Avenue, Kakandi Road, Felicity Shogunas. Welcome to Island Express Hardware, where we work with your budget. We supply all paints, all brands, and all sizes. And we are, of course, the cheapest in Trinidad. We also supply pumps and water tanks, and we also have them in combo deals. Visit us for the best friendly customer service. Need steel, beams, and purlins? We got that. We have top quality lats and boxing board, plyboards, gypsum boards, you name it. Do you love to fish? Have no fear, cause we have all the gears. Visit Island Express Hardware today, located at Rashid Avenue, Kakandi Road, Felicity Shogunas.